on.
Absolutely, that's a positive. All right, Steph, thank you. I'm joined now by Houston Police Chief Art Acevedo. Police Chief, first off, I got to ask you, how are you doing these last 4 days, and also how are your officers doing? Oh, looks like we're going to hit the unmute button. Do we got him?
Oh, yeah, I thought you guys were going to do it. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Hey, good morning. Thank
Good
you,
morning.
guys. I think we're all tired, but we're still coming to work. A lot of us are dealing with broken pipes in our own homes and no water, no electricity. But just like Harvey, and every time we have a natural disaster or challenge here, our men and women keep coming to work. It makes me so proud to see them with their smiles on their faces and still chasing bad guys, still trying to keep our community safe, and just doing the work that our great community expects of us. So lot to be proud of in these challenging times.
Chief, you just mentioned Harvey. Where does this week stack up for you and your team dealing with this disaster?
It is. I've been here for 4 years, and it seems like we were talking yesterday. Like, when is this going to end? Right? If it's not storms, it's we've had so many things happen here. I think it does in terms of the challenge to the people of Houston and the pain that our community is suffering. It's up there. It's not quite a Harvey, but it's still been very challenging, and it's been sustained. I mean, we're here started Sunday, and here we are on Thursday, and we're still not completely out of the woods, even though we're doing a lot better today than we have been. And so it's been a long 4 days, but together with Houstonians, we're going to get through it, because that's what we do as a city that considers itself Houston strong, and I think we're proving it again.
No, absolutely. That is what we do here as Houstonians. You kind of touched on it there a little bit. We're not out of the woods yet. Tonight we have another freeze. What do you say to the community? Safety risks, maybe road hazards? People did really heed the warnings the past 4 days. I was proud of us. But what do you say as we have one more freeze coming up tonight?
Hey, we're coming in. We're in the home stretch, right? We're past the 10. That's how close we are to getting through this period. And let's not get our guards down in terms of the roadway conditions. We've got to look to see if there's any precipitation. I don't think there is, but I still see some ice out on some parts of the roadway. We were able to open up just about everything we had closed a little while ago. And just think about this big old city, 670 plus square miles. We've had one traffic fatality since Sunday, since 6 p.m. Sunday. And that speaks to the fact that Houstonians trust. I think they trust the mayor in terms of his suggestions, his recommendations of people staying home. People have stayed home. And I think as a result, people are alive today that wouldn't have been alive had they all taken to the roads. And so we have a lot to be proud of, but we're not out of it yet. We've got probably close to 10 people that have lost their lives that may be weather related. We'll have to wait to see what the medical examiner says. We know that we had 2 from carbon monoxide poisoning, a mother and a daughter, and a young boy in the same family that was in critical condition. And we know that we lost at least 2 that have been confirmed to be from the elements. We've had the warning centers up, but not everybody has gone to them, especially our homeless population. It's our most, I think, our most vulnerable in terms of the elements. So today, I've directed my team to once again start looking through the city, our hot teams, our homeless outreach teams, to make sure we don't have anyone out there that's either suffering from hypothermia or close to death or dead, sadly. So we'll be in the camps again today, making sure that nobody's out there needing help or, God forbid, someone that's lost their lives.
Absolutely. And you know what, Chief, I was going through your Twitter, very active. A couple of things I saw I wanted to ask you about. We had people that were posing as utility or power company workers, just taking advantage of people that are vulnerable right now, and also looters, people burglarizing businesses. What do you have to say to those people when, Houstonians really are struggling, even though a lot of people are getting power back, still water, big issue. So what do you say to those folks?
Well, look, it's really interesting to me. If you look at that tweet where I talked about, hey, we're not going to tolerate it. We're not going to let our community be victimized. You see some trolls from, the East Coast there in New York about how heartless we are. Let me just say this. We are a generous city. This is a hardworking city. This is a working class city. And the last thing that we're going to do is let our community, when they've evacuated the warming centers because they've lost power, they've lost water, this is the last thing we're going to do is let our community be victimized by people, miscreants that have no respect for folks. If people needed food, they could have. There was plenty of help out here, and the last thing we were going to allow is for people to go out and break into homes. In terms of looting, we did have some reports a couple of nights ago of near the Braeswood area, some folks breaking into homes. But we've saturated our neighborhoods with police cars with their lights going, and also a lot of detectives and unmarked cars. And I think that's really had a deterrent effect. If you look at the way this community responds during these natural disasters and these natural challenges from Mother Nature, Hurricane Harvey, and now the ice storm here of 2021, much different than Katrina and other places across the country. And I think it speaks to the excellence of the people of Houston, and it speaks to the men and women of the Houston Police Department that we come together and we stand strong to get through these challenging times. And so we're going to continue to stand strong. Yes, last night we had, sadly, a guy that was going around robbing taco stands. They're trying to keep people fed at night up in our North Shepherd Division. Robbed at least two of them, and unfortunately, he lost his life when he confronted, armed with a semi-automatic, two of our young patrol officers. But there they are. They're still working. They're not hanging out under a freeway. They're not just trying to stay warm. They're actually out doing the work. And a couple minutes after I left that scene, another North Shepherd unit going after in pursuit of another bad guy in the stolen car. We ended up catching him way down there in Southeast Division off of Scott in the 45 freeway. This guy's on bond. Imagine that, on bond,
Yeah, I saw the tweet.
ankle monitor. And here we are chasing the same bad guy that's been in and out of jail in this revolving jail that we have here in Harris County, putting the community at risk, putting our officers at risk, and putting the suspect at risk. But again, it just shows that our men and women have continued to work hard to keep Houstonians safe throughout this challenging period of time.
Yeah, working long hours on little to no sleep in adverse conditions. Hey, Chief, how many arrests have you guys made for looting?
I don't think that we've had any.
Okay.
When we got the reports, but I'll double check, but when we got the reports in terms of the Braeswood area was the first time we had that report. We saturated the area. We stayed in the area. We didn't make any arrests that I'm aware of, but I will double check with our Department Operations Center and get back to you on that, on those numbers, if any.
Okay, greatly appreciated. And last thing, this goes to your leadership. Houston, you've said it many times, has been extremely resilient and relentless this week. Would you mind just commenting on that one more time as we kind of round the corner here?
Hey, you know what? Houston is the biggest melting pot in this country. We're the city of tomorrow. And what I love about this city is that we have gone through a lot. I mean, 2 World Series, a win and a loss, World Series parade, crazy kid blowing stuff up off of Rice that we ended up arresting. I can just go on down the line. But what makes me so proud, having points of reference, because I've lived in 2 states and 3 different departments that I've served in, I've never seen a community or a police department that comes together like Houstonians do, that heed the warnings, that really take to heart our collective safety, neighbor helping neighbor, churches helping the community, and local government doing everything they can to keep people safe. And I think we should all be proud of that. I know I am. And I want to just say thank you, Houston, for being the great community that you are. And thank you to our men and women and our partners at the fire department and all public services for the great work they've been doing.
Absolutely. Thank you to all the first responders out there. And thank you, Police Chief Art Acevedo. Thank you for your time this morning. Really do appreciate it.
Bye-bye.